1,500 new officers. An ICE spokesperson was telling a Fox News agency that no specific operational plan or timetable in place, but yet that the agency will focus new resources that come their way on places that they don't cooperate with detainer requests. So Director Holman seems like he is going to be cracking down and going after these deadbeat mayors, and that's what I'm going to call them, in the sanctuary cities across this country that are enabling these smugglers of human trafficking, human beings across the border that get dropped off in all different places in the United States. And a lot of them, folks, have records. A lot of them do. And a lot of these sanctuary cities, they protect the criminals. The bad hombres, as Donald Trump calls them. And that's what they are. Bad hombres. Not all of them. I don't want to get anybody upset that's an immigrant listening. This is what this is the behavior. This is what is wrought when you don't enforce our laws that are already on the books. Illegal immigrants should not be given sanctuary cities. They should not be here. They should be where they came from. And if they want to come over here, there's a process. And I still believe in the wall. I think they still need to build it. I think what they say that fences make better neighbors. And I think that's the case. It'll protect Mexico as much as it'll protect the United States. And try sneaking into Mexico. If you don't believe me, try sneaking in. See how well Mexico protects itself and its citizens. Oh yeah, and try to become a Mexican citizen. Give up. Why don't you renounce your citizenship and see how difficult it is? It's not as easy as you think. For too many years, we've had lax immigration policies. And under the Obama administration, even though he's, had his ICE officials deport a number of people, which is true, and was continued, a lot of it wasn't enforced. A lot of it was just look the other way. And it emboldened a lot of these mayors in these cities that we see right now that are allowing this to take place into the cities and into the defiance of the federal government. And there seems to be a sanctuary city standoff, which is looming as ICE directors vow an agent surge. And this is going to be all across the United States. You're going to hear a lot more of this, a lot more raids for illegals that are in our country that don't need to be here. And this is making good on the promises that Donald Trump made to every citizen here. And, I have spoken to a lot of immigrants that work over here and work hard, have started businesses over here, are new to the country relatively 3 to 5 years, or have lived over here longer. And I've asked them about this seemingly sensitive conversation. And what most of them have told me, about 99%, they're for this. They want the crackdown because they say it's bad for business. Because if you get employers that have no problem paying under the table, it's really difficult for somebody that deserves a job over here to get a job because they're paying somebody dirt cheap, and they'll take the money because they get paid daily. They can pay them under the table. And this happens all over the country. A lot of people, they just look the other way. They don't realize that it's hurting the Mexican or somebody else from South America or from some other country that's an illegal, that ultimately it hurts the individual and it hurts this country. It's not a win-win situation. It'll be interesting to see if the truck company out of Iowa, where this truck driver is from Clearwater, but to find out how involved they are, or was it just this one driver deal where this guy actually was doing this on his own as a coyote, just going back and forth doing this. And, can they trace his financials? They can find out a lot of particular things, but he's not alone. He's not alone. You know how tempting this is for a lot of truck drivers that go south of the border to be able to have, extra thousands of dollars in their bank account. Yeah, it's very tempting for people to be able to do it. Oh, you just the back of the truck there. You could go to federal penitentiary, though, if you're busted. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea for some extra cash, but people do it. They do it for drugs. They do it for human beings. But this is very popular, folks. I didn't even believe it in the Tampa Bay area, but I'm friends with law enforcement officials, and I have been told specifically that human trafficking in Tampa Bay, Pinellas County, just the whole Bay Area that it encompasses is huge for children and adults. Oh, yeah, a lot of it's prostitution. A lot of it is, but human trafficking, huge. It's huge all over the place. It's very, very big. But there has to be this crackdown to let them know. And as long as people hire them, but as long as people protect them, their protectors, these bleeding heart snowflakes, in a lot of our cities in the United States, they're allowing killers into our country. They're allowing drugs into our country and gangs into our country. These people don't belong here, and they bring the stuff to the streets here in the United States of America, and our country is not the better for it. It's not a win-win situation. We are a nation of immigrants. Clearly that. But in Ellis Island, folks, people came in legally. They did it the right way. And still, you know what angers people more than anything these days? It's the individual or individuals from another country that apply or on a waiting list for years. And they finally get in. And then they hear about what's going on now, and to see how those that are given safe haven, and they're illegals, and they paid a lot of money to get over here from all over the globe. And they see that there's mayors that protect them, and they didn't work towards citizenship, and still today they're not working towards citizenship. They're not even trying to become legal. But yet we're giving them money. We're giving them services. We're giving them everything. And they're not even doing a single thing. For us, as a country, we're not better for it. It doesn't help. I'm telling you the words of Newt Gingrich. People need a hand up, not a hand out. There's a right way, and then there's a wrong way to do about it. And unfortunately, this human trafficking could be cut down and minimized substantially if we root out these mayors, typically Democrats. Mostly, actually 99.9% of them are left-leaning loonies. They're loonies. They're what I call lunacy. They are the reason that this is happening. So, Lieutenant Governor of Texas, good for you. Thank you so much for bringing that to light. I'm glad that we could highlight it on For the People because it's common sense, and I had to talk to it a little bit. Dan Patrick, you're a patriot. Much more of For the People just ahead. Our website, forthepeopleshow.com. If you'd like to weigh in on anything, talk to Keith Allen on Twitter or For the People Show on Facebook. We'll return coast to coast right after this commercial break.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Linnington, CEO of Wounded Warrior Project. I'm humbled to announce a major milestone in service to our nation's wounded warriors, their families, and caregivers. Wounded Warrior Project registered our 100,000th warrior, who will now have access to our free, life-changing programs and services. This milestone clearly demonstrates that the needs of our nation's warriors are great and growing, and it's more important than ever for us to stand behind them in their recovery and rehabilitation. We are as humbled and honored to serve the 100,000th warrior as we were to serve our very first warrior, Mr. Brian Beamer. Brian.
I would like to personally thank those of you who supported me and thousands of other warriors and their families through Wounded Warrior Project over the past 14 years. The impact of your efforts will be felt for decades to come. On behalf of everyone here, thank you.
Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant, if not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com.
It is your daily dose of common sense. We're For the People. I am Keith Allen, back on your radio or your smartphone device. So glad that you could spend a little time with us here, back on a Monday. So 3 people. This is in addition to all the things that we were just talking about just before the break, talking about Border Patrol. And here's another instance of this insanity going on, continuing. 3 more people found in a car's trunk. And this is during a immigration inspection. Tucson Sector Border Patrol agents discovered 3 people in the trunk of a car during an immigration inspection on the State Route 83, which is north of Sonoma. July 20th, officials say that the agents stopped the 1988 Toyota Camry to check the driver's immigration status, and the driver appeared to be traveling alone. But during the encounter, agents obtained consent to open the vehicle's trunk, and what did they discover? 3 adult Mexican males. The driver was identified, 56-year-old woman from Tucson, and she was arrested for smuggling, and the vehicle was seized. The men were processed for immigration violations. Now, folks, you know, she wasn't doing that out of the goodness of her heart. God bless you. God bless your little heart. You know she wasn't. She did this for moolah. She did this for money. God knows, again, how much money is being made to allow folks into our country. You build the wall, they'll just drive through the border. Some make it, some don't. I guess you get 1 million plus cars coming through in a given day. That's a lot of people, I guess, to check out and keep up with. And our Border Patrol has been very, very taxed. But it's a big job. I feel bad that these people lose their lives. Some people escape from crime and poverty, and I get all of that, why some people would do what they do. However, a lot of these folks, they love their country. And I wonder still today how many of these people knowingly actually are able to get out of their country. And it is known by the Mexican government that they do. And it's been known for a long time. I've heard people talk about it. Border agents say that a certain amount of money goes back into Mexico. So they kind of look the other way and they allow a certain amount of people to get through it. And again, for the right money, because there's a lot of corruption at the police department and customs enforcement agencies, agents can be bought It's like some people can be bought over here, unfortunately. There's rampant corruption over there as well. So what actually stimulates